Getting my peas up, won't get a feel up. Is she in feeler? Food in the freezer. Them man try step with the heater. That's why my G's them roll with a squeezer. Expensive gas for the meter. Call me the teacher. True man I leading, call me a leader. Down for the anarchy, them man I sing to the feds like Valerie. Any violations, man I see casualty. Even my manager still can't manage me. Non-stop working, down for the salary. Everyday engine, burning a calorie. Deep meditation, man can't channel me. I told them man recently, man's been on the deepest frequency. Girls that I love keep on leaving me. When I die they'll keep on grieving me. Gotta deal with this thing evenly. Gotta live this life, just breathe with me. Bad man can't make peace with me. Sit at the table and eat with me. Tell a man ease up. Getting my peas up, won't get a feel up. Is she in feeler? Food in the freezer. Them man try step with the heater. That's why my G's them roll with a squeezer. Expensive gas for the meter. Call me the teacher. True man I leading, call me a leader. Getting my peas up, won't get a feel up. Is she in feeler? Food in the freezer. Them man try step with the heater. That's why my G's them roll with a squeezer. Expensive gas for the meter.
It is Riyadh season in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and we're about to see another big-time fight here at Kingdom Arena. Alongside Vasily Hector.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, presenting the 2-time Olympic gold medalist from Ukraine,
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
You know, look at the stars, ex-fighters, ex-champions ringside. That's what these fights do. That's what these venues do.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. And there's the bell to start round 1. Big hook doesn't land. Punch, counter punch. That counter punch caught him clean. That jab misses. No rest for the weary. They exchange punches. What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Good counter punch. That counter shot lands. Missing with the hook. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. They both want a knockout, you can tell. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out.
Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Oh, watch out! Camacho might be ready to go! Looks Looks like they've shaken it off.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
We've seen this fighter in the past go 12 rounds and not have a mark on their face. That's what happens when you stick and move, you hit and you don't get hit.
It's a flat-footed fight. If you've got a dancer out there in front, you've got to cut them off. Cut the ring off, make the ring small. Put them on the back foot, put them under pressure.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you.
Oh my God, Johnny! Lomachenko in trouble! And now they're right back into the fray.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. I think that...
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. What a knockout headshot. Let's watch it again. And they knew it when they threw it.
A shot from the gun.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Let's talk about Loma in that last round. Well, this is a very important break here for this fighter. They've been knocked down twice. On to the third. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Looking to land the hook. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. How about that time counter shot? That right hook catching air. Goes down. You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
Got to look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Let's talk about Hector Camacho. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle, man. He's got to bluff him.
Swing and a miss with that hook. Got out of the way of that right hook. Nice counter. fight has a real good flow to it. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
They blocked the left there. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Uh-oh, Lomachenko just got rocked. And in this replay, you can see it. That body punch folded him like a lawn chair.
Where did that...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come to me.
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Let's talk about Loma and that. Throws the uppercut but misses. Good counter punching. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Good one. Nice job getting that punch through. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax, because you know what you can do in the...
Look at the swelling and the bruising. They're going to take a look, and they may stop this fight. The referee says they're okay to fight, and we'll keep fighting. Down goes Hector Camacho. And as we see it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you okay?
They're back on their feet, but how long will they stay there? They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Hector Camacho in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
Just walk him back to the
Through the left uppercut, but it misses. And he scores with the counter. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
They block the hook. Both men step back for just a moment. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They threw the hook. It didn't land. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Loma in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally. Now going to get a little more loosey-goosey. Let's see how. Hold that thought! Lomachenko is buzzed. I thought that was the end, but here we go again. Back into the fire.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Catch and shoot. A perfect counter shot. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Lomachenko in trouble! No, we don't see a knockdown.
Defense, defense, defense is everything, because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. Looks like a little change of strategy here, trying to loosen up the flow a little bit. Punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. And you've got. Hold that thought! Camacho is buzzed. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Nice counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That punch landed. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. And that's it, a unanimous decision win.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills. That's...
gonna do right here is settle the score. Look around you. We got a whole room full of monsters. We gonna shut it down like this. Let's go. Yeah. The tricks of the trade, the rules of the game. I've been to the top and I've been to the bottom. I tell you they look about the same. I can speak about comfort, I can speak about pain. You wanna come do this, study my movements, go opposite of the grain. See, I never heard of vacations, bro, that word to me is insane. I'd rather put hands in the dirt as I put in the work and watch suckers complain. Cause on it regardless, who go the hardest? Whole family is just chock full of ballers. Who wanna tell them I never been there?
Raise your hand if you've got your Patty license. Well then, come on in. It's time to watch boxing at the Atlantis. And next to me, Hector Macho. There can only be...
This bout is scheduled for 8.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings. The time has finally arrived. These two men have been jawing at each other for months. The talking is finally over. Now it's time to fight. Swing and a miss with that hook. A perfect counter shot. Punch caught him clean. Let's see if they go to the body. Lomachenko in trouble. Down goes Lomachenko. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
He's up, but for how long? Look at her. On the heels. Look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. Then he's out of there.
Need to turn this around halfway through.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
Misses with the straight left. And he scores with the counter. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
I love the response, though. Got back up.
Let's go out there and let's reset.
Here we go. It's round 2. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
These two have been going at it on social media, and now finally, they're about to go at it in the ring.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
Perfect counter lands. There's a counter shot. Uh-oh, Lomachenko just got rocked. A much better game plan here.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What did he do? What did they tell him when he got back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. Oh my goodness, Johnny! Lomachenko is buzzed! How did they survive that?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Hector Camacho that last round. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Looks like he's going to move around the ring a little bit more. Try some stick and move. Nice counter shot. Good counter punching. Looking to land the hook. That counter shot lands. Uh-oh, Lomachenko just got rocked. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Lomachenko in trouble. Let's talk about Hector Camacho. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter. And
here we go to the 4th round. Well done with that counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They drop their guard, they get caught. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Here he is bouncing on his toes, trying to get some energy. Those counter punches have to hurt. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Lomachenko is buzzed. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Yep.
What a blow to the head there. Let's see it again on instant replay.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
Lomachenko is buzzed. They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. And that is that. It is a knockout. What a win. And as we see it again in slow motion, there's no doubt that body punch right there buckled him.
That's lights out right there.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knock.
I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. Compliments on my accomplishments are only possible due to your involvement, volume level and confidence. The consequences stimulating your consciousness, activating the cognitive structures. I think all you motherfuckers and opposites still play a vital role in my conquering. The combination of confrontation and pondering. Occupation is populating the conference with conversation, no astonishment, consuming the comments and then vomiting up the Vonnegut. Hey. Ominous as a monster is underneath your Posturepedic, possibly in the closet. It's a necropolis, scary how I'm optimistically obstinate. Ain't no domino in my dominance when I'm dropping this. Janis Joplin droplets, it sound like the apocalypse mixed with Christopher Wallace's topics on top of obelisks. It's a kabbalist novelist inside of my esophagus. Rhyme is priming is optimist and tastes like chocolate cake. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake.